411 with Shantia B on WSPR Radio with the latest and greatest interviews of people on and off campus and in the entertainment industry. And I'm so excited today because I have the great and spectacular Sal Valentinetti.
Great, spectacular. Now
Yes.
you got everyone's expectations up out there.
Yeah, listen, I got to give you the whole big old introduction.
Well, there you go. You got to hype it up.
Yeah, man.
I'm so happy to be here.
I know. And for those of you guys that don't know, me and Sal have known each other for
since we were 14.
Yes. Oh my God. Why you gotta say it like that? Yeah.
5 years. Wow.
That's a long time.
It is a long time.
So yeah, high school together. Went on different colleges. You go to St. John's.
St. John's University.
Yes. So.
Represent.
Of course. So what has been going on with you? I should start off with. You've just been doing
a bunch of stuff.
Everything, all on Instagram.
Yeah, well, everything kind of blew up from the show, from American Idol. So
yeah. So before we get to American Idol. Before that, you were singing, but way before then.
Yeah, I've been singing professionally. Well, I've been singing. I found out when I was 14 that I could do it. I love the music. I was raised with it. I had a very special connection with my grandmother, and she played the music a lot. And I was playing instruments in middle school and everything. I was in a horn lesson, baritone horn, which is like the fat kid at the back of the band.
Right.
You know? And I was in a lesson, and the guy goes, I want you to pick a song that fits you, that suits you, like a jazz song.
Right.
So I wanted Mac the Knife by Bobby Darin. And for those of you who don't know, which is probably most of you, don't know who Bobby Darin is or ever heard Mac the Knife, go listen to it. It's a classic song, and you know, it connects with me, and I didn't know the name of it at the time. You know when you don't know the name of a song?
Yeah.
You sing a couple
just sing
bars.
it, yeah.
So I sang a couple bars of it, and the guy was like, whoa, you can sing. And I said, oh, well, you probably just want more money for more lessons.
Right, exactly. Like, what's really going on?
And I ended up singing for a couple of people in my family, and they said, yeah. I did like a competition here and there, just to kind of exercise it and get my feelers out there. And I got my license when I was 16, a little permit.
Yeah.
License, started delivering pizzas, which was great up until I got a girlfriend, and she not that she was expensive, just that I was trying to impress her.
Mm-hmm.
So I would go out every weekend, spend a bunch of money, and not really have much left over.
Right.
Because I was putting gas in a Cadillac.
Delivering pizzas. That famous old Cadillac.
That big white. I love that car.
I know. I remember you talking about even down to high school. One party in particular, but I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it on air, but Sal knows that I'm talking
Project
about.
Billy.
Yep, exactly. Shout out to Billy.
Shout out to Billy Flay.
But yes, so going into your music, what was your first performance?
My first gig was a Thursday night in March 2 years ago. It was at this place called Toro Pazzo. It was my uncle's best friend's restaurant. My Uncle Joe got me this gig. He's not really my uncle, but you know.
Yeah, like you know how it goes.
That's how
exactly.
They respect us, an uncle.
Right.
But I sang there on a Thursday night for 3 hours. I started. There was only 2 people there, getting ready to leave.
Oh.
And I was like, this is why. This is gonna be awkward, whatever. And the 2 people were having coffee. They ordered another cup of coffee, and a drink, another drink, another drink. They called 2 of their friends down, and they listened to me till 10 p.m. And they stayed, and afterwards, they said, "Oh, you're great," and they left. And the owner of the restaurant goes, "Hey, I want to have you back next week." And I said, "Yeah." He goes, "Yeah, you doubled my business in one night."
Oh wow! So from then on, it just
it just snowballed from there, and the relationship didn't last, of course, but the work did. And that's what I've been doing for the last 2 years, and I've been very blessed. I've been busy, you know. I'll be starting regular gigs in Manhattan pretty soon.
Oh wow!
So it's great. It's a blessing. I've always that I could do what I love to do for a living is a blessing.
Oh, absolutely. Do you feel that high school, shout out Holy Trinity, a little plug. Do you think they helped you kind of really mold your craft? I know you did theater. You did a couple of plays in theater, and then you were on choir, and then select choir, and then you also did. They had to do the national anthem a couple of times
at the
basketball games. So, do you think that kind of molded you for people to like really like know your sound and what you're about?
Absolutely. I think I really, you know, not that I really had a shell to begin with, but I came out of my shell musically and performance wise in high school. I played football for the first 2 years
Yeah.
and of high school, and it was kind of like taboo
Mhm.
to be in the theater department or to be down that hallway.
Right.
But the people down there really helped me cultivate more of an on stage persona, more of a public image rather than just singing for myself and
Right.
for my peers. So I think it absolutely catapulted, you know, that.
Now, do you think the students really understood your sound? Like now, like looking back, do you think the students really understood your sound, or they just thought like, who's this guy just singing his little number and just going about it?
Not at all. Nobody really understood it at
No.
all. I mean, people thought it was cool. Not cool, but like people thought it was interesting.
It was different, yeah.
It was different. I would get made fun of for it, but you know, you expect to take a little heat, and
Right.
and I was up for it.
Right.
Fortunately, I was up for it, but I don't think people got it then as much as they do now.
Mm-hmm.
Like especially because I've been able to turn it into a business.
Exactly.
Now they understand it a lot more. But back then, no, not at all.
Yeah, I think in high school people were just like, let him do his little singing and national anthem. But I think now people are really trying to grasp everything and what you're trying to do.
Right. I had a bunch of people message me, you know, from high school, whatever, and said, you know, I remember you when you sang in the Mother Teresa meeting.
Yeah, Mother Teresa, yeah.
At the football practice, you know, Jokey.
Yeah.
Joke at that, and he goes, I want to say sorry. I was like, why? He goes, well, we're making fun of you. I was like, oh, that's okay. I don't mind it at all. I knew it. You knew, you know. Like I'm not the type to really take offense to anything like
you
that.
just like you take it, accept it, brush it off,
you
move
go,
on.
right? That's what they think. You know, you go through life. If you take too much offense to stuff, what are you gonna end up?
Yeah.
You end up with a shell of who you once were. You got to be true to yourself. Be honest with yourself.
For sure.
That helps.
Now going into college, do you incorporate your singing like before American Idol? Do they have you do anything at St. John's? Anything or not as much as they did in high school?
Not as much because I was more focused on school, and I looked at singing more as a job. Well, I mean, not that I don't love to do it,
right?
But I looked at it more as I should be gunning for my career in college. That's what I should be invested in, which was business as of last semester.
Yeah.
You know, so I was more focused on that. I never really brought it up. A couple of people started, you know, people knew that I did it as a job, but since what just recently happened, I've been approached to say, you know, listen, do the basketball games at Madison Square Garden. You know,
wow.
Let's get a benefit together or something like that, which I would love to do.
Yeah, definitely.
I like giving back, especially to my school.
Yeah.
I love, you know.
Yeah, for sure, and
I was walking from the parking lot to class. And the president of the university was driving by, and I saw him, but I was like, no, it's not him.
Right.
And he sees me, and he kind of, I could see him like kind of do the same thing. And then as I'm walking up, he passes me again, and then he stops, he hits the brakes, backs up, and goes, "You're the gentleman who was in American Idol." And I said, yeah. And he goes, yeah. Well, we got an email about it and everything, and I just wanted to say you did a great job. I was like, thank you.
Wow.
And he goes, would you consider doing any of the galas? I said, absolutely.
Of course, yeah, please.
Of course. Why not?
Yeah, so
it's been cool. It's been fun.
We got a lot of fun stuff going on. We're going to be taking a couple questions in a little bit, and when we come back, we're going to ask him about American Idol. I don't know why I just sang that. See, now because you're here now, I feel like I should sing everything. So, we'll be right back on the 411 with Shantia B. You're back on the 411 with Shantia B on WSPR Radio with the latest and greatest interviews with people on, off campus, and in the entertainment industry. Sal got his own little headphones. He got his own little headphones in the cut.
Well, I don't want to mess up my hair.
I can't with you.
I'm going out with this girl from Yonkers after this. So like I gotta keep it all.
That was a beautiful segue for me to ask you about your personal life. I'm like, see, this just works out perfectly. So, You know, the Instagram buzzing, got the Twitter followers up, you got all the following, the likes going up, you got people sliding in your DMs.
Well, I had one of the biggest things from the night it aired. I counted. I got 106 wedding proposals, like actual.
Wait, people were like, "Will you
marry me, please?"
What?
Which is kind of creepy, but then you look through them. Like, oh, she's attractive. Okay.
But no, it could be a catfish. See, it could be a catfish.
No, well, here's the thing. I
don't want to see you with Neve on next week. I don't. I'll be like, Sal, what's going on?
No, you look through, and usually the catfishes. There's more catfishes on Facebook than anywhere else in the entire world.
Oh, I can't even rock with Facebook no more. I have to go to like Twitter and Instagram. That's it. Facebook, it's too sketchy now.
Well, I need to use it. They straight up told me I needed to use every form of social media that I had. They made me get a Vine. I don't even use Vine.
You got a Snapchat?
I got a Snapchat.
You got a Tumblr?
I do not have a Tumblr.
Me either.
Why?
I don't know. Pictures, right?
It's like Pinterest for younger kids.
Right. Listen.
And you know what Pinterest is?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
It's like Distractify for housewives.
I can't. So
where'd you get the idea for those centerpieces?
Pinterest. Oh my goodness. No, but like for real though.
Yeah.
So what's going on in your DM, Sal?
No, I mean, you know, if a girl looks interesting and she turns out to not be a psychopath, you know, you
But you can't decide that through a DM?
No, you can't decide that through a DM. Usually, I only do it if like they know people that I know.
No, okay.
You know, but this girl in particular, she.
You want to give her name out, or like you just want to like keep it low key and see where it goes?
Key.
Okay.
Come on.
Okay.
Come on. She's actually really really cool. I mean, she's a little far from me, but you know.
You met her through like social media?
Yeah. I know. I really don't do that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
I can't even talk to girls in clubs because like if you look at me, you know, you think, but really it's the personality that gets them. I mean, you know. Yeah, I got a smooth talk.
So what clubs you be going to?
Oh, I don't like.
If you say McKeeb's, I'm about to flip.
So I won't say it.
Ugh,
I don't go there by choice. It's where if it's
like the last going, okay.
You have to.
But it's not like, oh, let's go to McKeeb's tonight. Like it's not like that.
And you know, it's I mainly the bar I hang out with. I have a creative partnership in a bar on Long Island.
Oh, okay.
In Wantagh called Guido's Retro Bar. I did not. The name was original.
Wow, that's crazy.
But that's more like a good hangout place. In a nice calm bar, you can talk to people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can have a conversation without.
Yeah, clubs it's too much going on. You got Newport smoke in the air. You got the lights flickering.
Yeah,
it's too much.
And then nobody really throws house parties because everyone's in college.
College, but I like personally I like those better though.
Me too.
Because like you know everybody, it's closer, it's more close knit. Club, I'm rather at a club and I saw like 40-year-olds in there. I'm like. Let's not do this. But let's go into American Idol. Which got everything really on another level, so to speak.
It did. I originally was never going to audition.
Really? Why not?
Well, like I said, I've been working for 2 years and doing my thing. Mm-hmm. And I really like my thing. I'm Italian. I'm very stubborn. Right. You know, I said American Idol's a pop show. They're looking for pop stars. Mm-hmm. You know this.
Right.
I had known a girl from the theater program in Holy Trinity went and tried out, and she didn't even get through the preliminary round.
Wait. So like, go through the round with me. So like, if I was with you like during the audition process, like how does it go? So
you have the cattle call, which is thousands of people come to the one location. For me, it was Nassau Coliseum on Long Island.
Okay.
So you get there. And there's thousands of people. You line up and you get a ticket. You sit in a seat. You go down section by section, and then there's 8 booths with certain people in them. And I just happened to get. I have been getting clients telling me for the last 2 years you should try out for American Idol, and I said the same thing. Like I just said, it's not my thing.
Right.
My uncle Joe, the one who got my first job, goes. Listen, kid, he's from Brooklyn. He's a Sicilian from Brooklyn.
So he's hardcore like
Uncle through marriage, yeah. So he's hardcore. If he says something, you better do it.
Do it, right.
Especially because he got me the first job. Out of respect I had to. He's like, you should try out. So I'm like, all right, make it interesting. How about this? He goes, if you try out and you don't make it and they don't love you, you can use my Range Rover for the rest of the summer.
Woo.
So I was like, yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Let's
the
go.
newly single Sal likes that. So I said, okay, and what if I get through? He goes, if you get through. So, right, the preliminary audition. You're going up to the booths. I just happened to be with three, you go in groups of 4, with 3 really talented kids singing pop songs or Sam Smith or whatever.
Right.
And I'm there with a Julie London song. If anyone watched the Oscars, the song that Lady Gaga sang was by Julie London. The old lady that came and gave her a hug was Julie London. Julie London is amazing. I went up there and sang "Cry Me a River" by Julie London. And I hadn't realized who I was singing for. The girl, there's 2 people. So one of the girls auditioning me was Carly Smithson. She made it to the top 10 on season 11 of American Idol.
Oh wow!
I didn't know that, but she's like, we really like you. I'm like, really? She goes, yeah. You're the only one here with a New York accent.
Oh wow!
I said, oh, I didn't even know I had one.
Right. Yeah.
So they put me through that, and then you go to an interview, which is kind of like they want to see if you have a good story.
You have to do interviews too? Wow.
Right.
You
sit down and do an interview. My interview ran like 25 minutes.
That long?
It became into like a conversation.
Right.
I was asking the girl interviewing me questions about her life. But after that, it's the producers and executive producers, which is 2 rounds, 1 day, 2 rounds. Was at the big Marriott Hotel.
Right next door.
Coliseum.
Yeah.
You get through there, you get to try out in front of the judges, and that's really all she wrote. Then you have you get to the Hollywood Week, and Hollywood Week is oof.
Yeah, let's get into Hollywood Week. So how is that for you? Now, after they gave you the golden ticket, well, before we even get there, you got the $100
from Harry.
From Harry. Now, he was talking about the accent and everything.
Mm-hmm.
How did you feel about him saying that, truly?
I was a little, like, put off. Right. I was like, all right, he is, but I said, all right.
The accent wasn't, like, out of control, but, like, it was a regular accent. It was nothing.
It was a little pumped up because they were making a big deal of it.
Right.
So I went into like full on. I'm so nervous that I just can't even control it.
Mm-hmm.
I try to do that. I try to keep it as
like regular,
toned down as possible. But when I'm nervous, it comes out. And I was very nervous.
Oh, of course, you're in front of J-Lo and Adam Lambert.
They had me in front of everywhere I went that day.
Mm-hmm.
I'm short of the bathroom. There was a camera following me around.
Really?
Because I guess they liked my personality.
Yeah.
So they wanted to catch. That was hours of interviewing that came into that.
Wow.
I got the whole first segment of the show, which means they saw a lot.
You were on there like a good bit of the show.
From the opening to the first commercial.
Yeah, and even the previews before the episode aired, they were showing you.
Right. Yeah, they had me in previews too. But I walk in and I'm in a suit, and this guy Harry Connick Jr. got famous singing the kind of music that I sing, Sinatra, Bobby Darin, the standards.
Right.
And I think he saw, all right, here's this guy who thinks he could do this. He's wearing a suit. Oh, he's from New York. This guy thinks who the heck he is.
Right.
I said, I'm going to sing Fly Me to the Moon by Mr. Frank Sinatra. And he goes, oh, yeah? I'll give you $100 if you can tell me the real name of that song. And I didn't skip a beat.
Exactly.
It's in other words, and what that means it's the real name of the song from the Broadway show where it's derived from.
Oh, gotcha.
So in other words, and he's like, he got it. He was a little.
Do you think he was surprised? Like you think he was trying to test you out a little bit?
You see him look at J-Lo if you watch a clip on YouTube, and that's just you just type in American Idol Sal and it comes up.
Mm-hmm.
But you watch the clip on YouTube and you see him just look at J-Lo and go, he got it. Like, oh my God.
Right.
So he gets up and he goes, all right, double or nothing. I'll give you 200 if you can tell me the words in the verse.
Mm-hmm.
The verse of these songs, the part before it,
right.
Nobody knows it to fly me to the moon. It's just, no one ever does
right.
it. So
I
was like, I'll take the 100.
I'm right.
not a betting man.
Exactly.
And he ended up not even liking me past that either.
Wow.
He said, I don't think that you really have a place on the show. I don't think that your music can connect the way we need it to.
Did you take it to that much offense, or?
Well, I said, with all due respect, don't you sell records?
Yeah.
Like, didn't you sell? Weren't you,
Yeah.
And he really took offense to that. Like, nobody ever talks back to these people.
No.
Because they are who they are.
Mm-hmm.
And we're from New York. We don't take that.
Right. That's why J-Lo was like, come on,
like she's like
she knew what time it was.
She even looked at him and said, "He's right. You do." She's like she goes. I like this guy.
Right.
You know, it's the other Jennifer Lopez and the guest judge Adam Lambert put me through, and that's all she wrote. I was going to Hollywood.
Yeah. So, how did it go? Because obviously you're still an active college student. How did that work with going to school and then Hollywood? Did you because I know with our school,
right.
if you have 6 absences, that's an automatic FA. So how did it work with you? Did you have to talk to a higher up?
Last semester was particularly tough because it was 2 days off because of the taping, and then it was a week off because of Hollywood Week.
Then you were on Fox too.
Right. Well, that was this semester. That's all filmed back in October.
Oh wow, that far back?
Yeah, it's all pre-recorded up until the live shows, which start this tomorrow night and Thursday night 8 on Fox.
Gotcha.
So that's all pre-recorded, but it was particularly tough because I got back. It was Halloween weekend we got back, and it gave me some time to get my stuff together.
Yeah.
I started school, and then towards the end of November, my Uncle Joe, he's young, he was 45 years old. He got very sick very suddenly. Stomach ulcer got infected, and it started shutting all his major organs down. So we had a week to say goodbye, and it was over Thanksgiving. And I sat there every day. I prayed with him. That he wasn't really responsive. He was kind of out, but he ended up passing away, and that was the end of the semester. So I got to a point where I was like, I can't.
That's a lot.
It was a lot. It was heavy. He was like my best friend.
Right.
The one person is your parent.
But you guys really talk to him about it.
He's not your parent, but you could talk to them.
Right. Yeah.
That was him. So it was tough. It was tough getting through that, and it was tough knowing that it wasn't as tough leaving the show as it was that. Because leaving the show, I knew this was great. I'm in California.
Right.
It was my first time here. I get to go home and do what I love for a living.
Exactly.
None of these people can say that.
Did you feel like you needed to be with your family with everything that was going on as well?
I feel like I really needed to step up. His son's 13 years old, and he looks up to me like a big brother. So I wanted to be there for him.
Right.
I want him to turn into a respectful man like his father was.
Yeah,
so
had to be, especially so young, right in the prime teenage.
Right. So that kind of it was very bittersweet because he's watching over, and he's being able to see all this from heaven, but you really want him to be there.
Yeah, it's nothing like that real physical and emotional connection with everything.
But I know now that no matter what happens, I'll have the spiritual guidance, and that I know that I've gotten some opportunities because of the show, post show, that I definitely credit. I definitely credit to him. You're like, oh, that's a sign.
Yes, that was a sign from God. He knew you needed that connection with him before everything happened.
Yeah, so I mean, it was the last semester was tough. This semester actually is a little different. I ended up changing my major
to what?
To mass communications with a minor in business. So I'm continuing with the business, but I changed it to mass communications. Because after a couple of appearances on Good Day New York in Manhattan, we got some really positive feedback from the producers who said, you should pursue this because we wanna do something with you, which is really all I can say.
Yeah. But, you don't give too much.
They said, okay, try to go after it this way. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna change my major to communications. I'm going to intern there over the summer so that I can work with them and get credit for school.
Oh, that's dope, yeah.
And then depending on my contract with Fremantle Media, which produces American Idol, is up in August. So once that is done, we could
figure stuff out.
Exactly, which is right before the beginning of the semester.
And that's great because you're in your soul. We are right in the middle peak of it. So now you still have time to go around and see how you really want to go about it.
Right.
So you have time to get everything done.
Absolutely. It's it gives me time to think about exactly what I want to do. Whether it was with the major network, which is Fox National,
right,
or with the local network, which is Fox NY, which is still
either way, a good opportunity.
Fox New York is a big. Their Good Day New York is the #1 morning show in in the tri-state area.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Which is a big deal because it's a big tri-state
area.
Oh,
of course, yeah.
A lot of people. But it's stuff like that you know you can catapult into. Mm-hmm. They like me more for my personality rather than the fact that I could, you know.
Hey, but you could sing too, so it goes both hand in hand. You know, some people have a great personality, but you know they're kind of like on the fence. But you're a great singer and you got a great personality, so
puts gas in the Buick.
Oh, exactly. We're back with the 411 with Shantia beat on WSPR Radio. We still got Sal with us.
Yeah.
How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Feeling good?
I'm feeling good. I can't believe that you have a show too. We have like so much in common that we never even knew about.
I know.
I have my show, you have your show.
I know.
It's great.
I can't believe it's weird. It's so funny how like stuff had plans out because like
life happens.
Yeah, I would have never expected like this. That even with like this, this definitely was not planned. It was just freshman year. I was like, okay, let's just try press some buttons.
I just started last semester.
Really?
And I have a show.
Oh, how's that? You like it?
I love it. It's so fun.
Who do you do by yourself, or you have co-hosts?
No, I have 3 co-hosts. And then I have people walking in from the hallways. On a slow day, we'll have about 8 people between 2 studios, between a production studio and our studio. But we've had as much as 14, 15 people wanting to sit in.
That's dope.
And it's fun. It's a lot of fun. We talk about everything.
Everything. Oh,
it's called the men's room. Like, what do you do when you go to the bathroom?
Enough said.
Like, when you're in the bathroom and conversation dies down, you just start talking about, like, random stuff.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Like, oh, that's cold today. Oh, man, I know. Like that. It's fun. It's great. It's real.
Yeah. Oh, and that's a lot of shows need realness. Now, let's get back to Hollywood Week, the final days. Before
crunch time.
Yep.
It was group rounds that did it.
Let's get into group rounds. It looks very, very intense. Now, you being the great Samaritan that you always are, you had your group set out with your friend Jax, and I don't know the other girl.
Jax, who made it to the top 24.
Oh, congratulations to Jax.
Great girl. She lives in Jersey. She's from Long Beach.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so
her voice is amazing.
She is really so unique.
She's dope. Like, her voice, it's not even like, I can't even compare her. Because, like, she has, like, that raspy voice, but it's, like, soulful at the same time.
Yeah, and it's, I don't even think it's her, I mean, it's her voice, honestly, but I think it's more her way, like, her musical ability.
Yeah.
Like, she can compose music. She can write. If you guys go on, look up Jack's Toxic. It's Bria's Toxic, and you don't even you won't even recognize it.
Wow.
You won't even. It's that good. It's that different. It's that unique.
That's
like
dope.
She's just very talented. And then I had Kelly Kime, who really made it big. She's a fantastic voice, beautiful girl. Her daughter sang "Let It Go" from Frozen during her American Idol audition, and it was the most adorable thing that YouTube has ever seen.
Aww.
It was so cute.
So you had those 3.
I had and then I had a third girl who they didn't put her name. I probably shouldn't say her name.
Right.
Something happened.
Yeah.
But I had there was this girl Alexis who didn't have a group, and I said, you know what, I used to be the one getting left out, and this is bad. So I'm just gonna be on national TV.
Right.
Like, why not?
And then she had on top. If you guys missed the episode, we'll give you guys the link after the show's over. But during the episode, you guys are doing the groups and everything, but she was feeling sick and feeling passing out.
Panic attack. She had a panic attack like the beginning of the day.
Yeah.
And she was gone for hours.
So how did that work doing the music? Because I know you guys had to break up the parts into
we had
sections.
to rehearse without her. We rehearsed the whole night before. We were up until about 6 o'clock in the morning, working, and then it's at 7 a.m. we get on the bus and go. So we ate breakfast and left.
Wow.
But it was, she had a panic attack very early in the day. We lost her for a number of hours. Finally, she comes back right before we go on. And, we made do with it.
And then she had another panic attack, like, right on stage.
Right.
Which was like that, like, kind of like dropped the ball.
She passed out. She started moving back and forth. And me and Jax were just looking forward because, it's nerve-wracking. It's nerve-wracking. Even someone as good as her, someone as used to being up in front of people as me, it's nerve-wracking being up there in front of those celebrity judges. But she started moving back and forth, swaying, and I caught her. I walked her off stage, and she kind of just dropped.
That's
and
scary.
then they bring us back up on stage.
I'm glad she didn't fall like to the ground though.
Yeah,
that would have been
she was
like
wearing heels too. And it's a tall stage. We were close to the edge. You know,
I'm glad it could have been very, very. That was bad enough, but it could have went really left.
It could have been bad. J-Lo was like, Sal, catch her. I was like, oh, there's something going on. Next to me.
That's
but
scary.
And the performance wasn't that hot, and they had to really make decisions. You know, they kind of know that my style is probably not fit for the show.
Right.
There are a lot of people out there that like it, and I've been blessed to have those people now know me, know of me, and now they know they know who to follow.
Yeah.
But you know, I got kicked off. They sent me home, and they go, you know, Sal, how do you feel? I feel amazing. You know,
did you really feel like that, like at the time, or like looking back on it, like you really like felt down about it?
I felt knocked down. You know, I did feel knocked down. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be honest. I felt knocked down, but you know, they even said this has to be a bit of a disappointment. I said, of course it is.
Right.
As is life. Life is a series of disappointments. You know, it's a series of bends and breaks and bumps in the road.
Of course.
You know, it all depends on how you're able to put it in perspective. You know, like I said, I'm going home, but I'm in Los Angeles, California. It's gorgeous here. I'm going home to a great family. I'm going home to a great job. I get to sing. I get paid.
Yeah, exactly.
I get to wear suits and look like a total ginzo. You know, I love it. And although it's not an ideal situation, you're going home from the show.
Yeah.
When you think about it, I tried out for the show as a goof on a bet.
Right.
Look where I made top 80. I think it was like 85 of us. But top 85 out of thousands, tens of thousands.
That's a lot.
Actually, no, I think it was 120,000. I got a number. So, which is
crazy.
Not as much as it used to be, but still.
Still, once you're talking about over 1,000, even that's a lot.
Yeah, and being able to do what I love, never giving up the person who I am, which is a good message for a lot of people out there. You know, never be someone else just because some society or something suggests it. Because your uniqueness is what will make you important in this world. Will make you significant.
Yeah.
Which, you know, I'm blessed to be able to sometimes we stray from that. But I'm blessed to be able to have, you know, people like my Uncle Joe tell me that from a young age. Be yourself.
Right.
You know, and I was able to get there doing that.
Of course. Now let's get into an article. Now, during the whole process, you already know what I'm talking about. Now, during the whole Hollywood...
This is another great thing, though. Go ahead.
Yeah. During the Hollywood Week, you made a little reference to J-Lo saying, you know, take her out to lunch, they got the dinner, got the wine, got the
hit on J-Lo.
Right. And basically...
I did what every guy wishes they could do.
Exactly. Now, it wasn't... Obviously, it was a joke.
Of
it was
course.
Nothing offensive. And an article...
Cosmopolitan Magazine.
He already said Cosmopolitan Magazine wrote an article about you and basically took what you did and completely 360'd and made it into something negative, basically saying you're over-sexualizing women and Latinas and creepy and weird, blah, 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 blah. Now, going to that, the comments were crazy. People went off. And I'm glad they did because I watched all the episodes, but I really watched that episode. And I saw it was nothing crazy. And my whole thing, when I saw this article, I'm like, now, let's think. If it was really that bad, why would they air it? That's number one.
Jennifer Lopez is a producer.
Right. Oh, wow. Yeah. And number
she
two.
She was the stake of the show.
Right. And she didn't say any crazy remarks either.
She was blushing.
Right. So what was your response? If you were able to, like, go to Cosmopolitan's office and tell them how you felt, what would you tell them?
I would say, listen, I'm sorry you took it that way. That's not what I meant at all. I'm not going to apologize for saying it. I'm not going to apologize for doing it because I meant to. And you know, it was probably one of the coolest things I've ever did. You know, I'll be able to...
That's something you can tell your kids.
Exactly.
Yeah, hey, I hit on J-Lo.
Look how cool Grandpa was. He hit on this beautiful girl. And Jennifer Lopez is a gorgeous woman.
She's...
Insanely
Did you see
so.
what she wore at the Oscars?
Oh,
amazing.
Seen it. Ah.
She looked amazing.
She goes, Harry Connick Jr. turns around and says, Jennifer is cold. Do you have any suggestions? And I said, I have a wonderful woolen coat back in my hotel room. And everyone was cracking up. No one was like, what? Oh my God. No one was shocked. It actually went so well. I got numbers after that. Like,
wow.
There was girls like, oh, take a picture of me. Oh, let me send it to you. What's your number? Or send it to me. Whatever, you know. Like, it was, everyone took it as that. So I would tell Cosmopolitan, listen, you the only people who really took offense to it. I understand, you know, some people offend it very easily these days.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, think about what we're doing on the radio. Mm-hmm. How many radio personalities lose their careers because of something they said.
Right.
You know, which I think is silly. It's silly. Unless you're saying something really horrible.
Negative, then
like,
that's
truly horrible.
Right.
Like, there's not much that you can't just say, oh, you know, well, here's what I meant. Mm-hmm. You took it out of context. Okay, I'm sorry. You took it out of context.
And then we move on.
And it was completely taken out of context.
Right.
So I didn't have to. Luckily, there were hundreds of comments.
Everybody that did it for you was like, first of all, X, Y, and Z. But
I really, because I saw the comments, I'm like, I think I'm getting more. I shared it and said, I'd like to apologize to anyone I offended. It was not my intention.
Yeah.
But if you don't agree with this article, or agree with it, whether you do or not, I suggest you comment on it. There was one negative comment at the beginning, which I was a little scared for, and then I hit refresh, and then it all dropped down. I was like, whoa.
Wow.
There were people everywhere who thought I was an actor, thought I was, you know, I was hired to be on the show.
Wow.
Entertainment Weekly actually thought for a little bit.
Like you were just like doing a whole little routine just to get on.
Right, and a few of my friends actually commented on the Entertainment Weekly article. I know this guy. He really is like that.
Yeah, exactly. Like, do we need to pull up some videos from Holy Trinity? Like, what's going on here?
Oh God, it was awesome. It was awesome. I got to be Sal on TV, and there were a bunch of people who I knew years ago, like from Holy Trinity. I went with Father Joe on mission trip.
Yeah.
Mission trips to Georgia and West Virginia. So there were people from all over the country. And, you know, you become friends with them on Facebook, and then they see this, and they're like, I watched it, and I was like, wow, I really miss Sal, because this is exactly how...
But now, are you fearful, like, because now do you think, are people really reaching out to you just so they could kind of get some type of, they have a secret agenda?
Absolutely.
Okay.
You got to be careful.
Right, so now I'm glad, like, you know,
And there are people who will try to get you to say certain things,
exactly,
so that they can take that
and sell it to a blog and get money off it and TMZ. Oh yeah.
You got to be extra careful with what you put on social media.
Definitely.
Like I don't curse anymore
on
social
media.
You know, I had to go through everything and delete anything that might be incriminating.
That literally just happened to me today. Yeah.
It's like.
But at least you know when you're ahead of the game. But some people are in your shoes and then they'll just be talking really crazy, and then next thing you know, you're at an internship applying, and then, oh, well, before we hire you, we saw this, that, and that. Do you want to explain yourself? So
you got to be careful with fight. Like, say a fight breaks out, and someone hits you. You have option A, hit them back, or option B, walk away from the situation.
Right.
And you have to take option B every time. If you unload on somebody, even if they started it, whatever, they're not the ones going to end up on the news.
Right.
It's you.
Exactly.
So, you know, you gotta be, it's a new lifestyle. Right. It's a new, like, I never used Twitter before this. Now I have to use it all the time. I have to Instagram something every day just to stay relevant.
It's relevant, right. But unfortunately, we're out of time.
Oh, no.
I know it goes by quick, but before we close out, we need to know what's going on with you in the future. You got some stuff going on in the works, so any...
Some television stuff in the works.
You want to give anything away, or are you just going to leave it at that?
What was the thing they said? I have been presented wonderful opportunities beyond American Idol within the entertainment world that I am currently actively pursuing. So stay tuned into my social media accounts, Sal Valentinetti on Instagram, at Salvatore Rocco on Twitter, and Sal Valentinetti on Facebook to get the latest updates on what I'm doing in the entertainment world. And stay tuned to American Idol every Wednesday and Thursday night from 8 to 9 Central on Fox.
Yes, see, they just got you good now. They
They
got you down.
We get emails of what to hashtag and stuff
Oh,
like that.
wow. So they're not playing. So
No.
you have any last remarks to say to the world, to people?
No, just facebook.com/Sinatra Sal for upcoming dates.
Have anything going on this week?
This week, I took a week off because it's my week off from school. I was like,
you have spring break already?
Yeah, well, not spring break. It's like a winter break.
Oh.
A lot of people had it last week.
Wow. Mine's not till next week.
Oh.
Like, not next week, the week after.
Yeah, but no, I'll be Vetro by Russo's on the Bay in Howard Beach every other Friday night starting March 6th. Yeah, just check my website.
Check my website? So, thank you to Sal.
Thank you, Shantia. I missed you so much.
I know. I missed you, too. It wasn't even like an interview today. There's just like one big catch-up session.
Yeah.
He's going. I see everything on Instagram. I'm like, he needs to come here. I need to see what's going on with Sal to get all the latest.
I
So,
love it.
thank you for coming in. Everybody, thank you for listening and tuning in, for everything, for listening, supporting. And thank you to Sal for coming in. So, we will be back next Tuesday. This is the 411 with Shantia.